Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. It is a beautiful mid-December morning here, and if you can believe it or not, it is time to start thinking about piglets again. We're gonna walk around today. We're gonna talk about getting ready for spring litters, talk about who we've got and who we're planning on pairing together. So stick around for a while. We'll show you what we've got going on. All right, guys, when you're thinking about breeding, obviously you want to have a decent stock, and we've kind of traveled all over the country, Texas, Utah, the Carolinas, can't remember all the other places, but we've tried our best to get the best livestock we can to start our breeding pairs. And so we're back here with the boars. We don't talk about the boars quite as much, but we feel like we have a pretty good stock in a bunch of different lines of boars. Everyone talks about what to look for. We look for good feet, straight backs, things like that. And there's no perfect pig. Everybody's gonna see things they like or don't like about certain pigs. So just do your best to find what you like and what your goals are on your farm. So all of these boars are going to be going in, except for, and when I say going in with some females, except for Phil. Phil is kind of young yet, but we will probably put him in with somebody just so we don't have him by himself. But Phil, hey buddy, he is the breakout artist. He's not out today though, so I think we've kind of reined him in a little bit. But all of our boars, except for Phil and Gordon, are proven. And we think Gordon is, we're gonna put him in with a female here, so he'll be able to prove himself. We think he is big enough. We've got some smaller females he can go in with, but I do think he's big enough to get the job done with a larger female, as long as he can reach. So, but there's Tuck. He's new to our farm. He will be going in. We do like him. He's got a nice short snout. Doesn't have any breathing issues or anything, but definitely a nice short snout on him. And here's Henry. Henry is proven. He's been with a couple litters, so he'll go back in. And then Shiloh, who is probably our biggest boar, he's been really good. And him and his brother, you remember we got brothers. Here's Ryder. Ryder, you camera shy, bud? Hey, bud. There's Ryder. They are brothers. Ryder's a little bit longer. I'll show the top view. A little bit skinnier, not quite as wide on top, but he has some good length. And then if you go over here to Shiloh, who they are brothers, he's a little bit wider. Kind of hard to tell on these cameras, but he's got a little bit wider end. Pretty big here in the shoulders, but overall, he's probably our biggest boar. And that's hard to compare because obviously I think Henry's younger, Tuck is younger, and we've heard that these boars, or pigs in general, don't stop growing until 3 or 4 years of age. So there is a lot more growing to do. But here's Henry. So I just wanted to show you some of the boars, and I'll try to put pictures up with them of what sows or gilts they are going in with. But I figured I'd start out here with the boars because they're kind of the ones that make things happen. So let's head over to some females and show you who we're planning on right now pairing with who. All right, guys, we're gonna start over here. I had to write this down. Brooklyn and Jamie were going over it. But we've got kind of who's going in with who here. And I figured, do you guys hear that? Let me see if we can hear it again. You hear that right there? I think Miss Willoughby is in heat, so that's why she's grunting. Here's a, if you're not sure, I don't know if you guys can see this, but you sit on the back of the pig. She's kind of almost into a standing heat, so she's almost in heat. But we are not going to be putting her in. We've got a lot of questions about Willoughby, Betty White, and where's Molly? Molly's on the other side of Chloe over there. Those are our gilts that are just about ready. Remember, gilt is a pig that has not had a litter of piglets yet. So we're in no rush. We're not going to rush them into having piglets. So probably Molly, Betty White over there, and Willoughby, who I was just sitting on. They'll probably wait until our summer/fall later in the year. We're not going to breed them right away. But the ones that are in here, the one that will probably be bred here for a spring litter is Delilah. And we've got her. I had to look at my cheat sheet there. Delilah is going to be paired up with Henry as of right now. And we're probably going to get ready to move these in this weekend or early next week. So Delilah will be going in with Henry. Now Delilah is not one of our larger pigs. Some people only want to breed large pigs. She is has a nice build, but she is on the smaller side of some of our pigs. But we really like her. Her litters always turn out really nice. So we don't mind breeding Delilah. So Delilah and Henry. So I wanted to start over here because there's only one in here that's going to be bred for spring litters, and she's hiding. She's our black and white banded pig. Where is she? Come here, Delilah. There she is. That's Delilah. So that's the only one in here. I wanted to knock that off the list. There's one more that's by herself. Let's go up and check out who that is. All right, so here is number 2. You guys know who she is. Miss Millie. Hey Millie, how are you? And if you guys are familiar where we're at the farming barn. Millie did not take when we had her in to breed. So we are gonna put Millie back in again, and we're thinking about Walter. Now you're probably gonna ask, how are you gonna get Walter? I know you guys got rid of Walter. Well, we know where Walter went, and we talked to the new owner, and he said he was more than willing to let us come pick up Walter and bring him back and try to get Millie bred again. We hadn't had Millie and Walter together, so we were excited for that litter. But some reason, who knows why, Millie didn't take. So we're not 100% sure, but we were thinking about getting Walter back just for breeding, and then we'll take him back to his other farm. What are you talking about? Do you like that idea? Oh my, yes, I bet. So we're thinking about going and getting Walter and putting Walter in with Millie for another litter this spring. So if not, we'll put her in with someone else, but right now we're thinking Millie and Walter. So excited about that. Disappointed she didn't take this time, but that's not a big deal. We'll just try her again. So this is the real reason why I grabbed this sheet, so I could tell who's in with who. But we're heading over here to the pen I like to call Jamie's pen. The 5 gilts. Well, there's some gilts and some sows in there, and I have some trouble with the names. So let's walk over here and check these pigs out and see who we're planning on putting in with who. All right, guys, in here with Jamie's pen. And here they are. These pigs are so nice. I think I've got their names down now. So we'll start with the biggest one. I know Big Mabel. So here is Mabel right here. And we're going to plan on putting Mabel in with Shiloh just to see what we can do for size of pigs. We've never really been concerned about how big the pigs are, but we are trying to get a nice meat herd going. So we're going to try our 2 biggest pigs. We're going to do Shiloh and Miss Mabel here. So that should be exciting to see how big these piglets are compared to the other litters. That's the other cool thing about having multiple litters at a time. You can compare the 2 and just see what they produce and see if you want to do that pairing again or if you want to try something else. So another one we have here, look at my list. This pig right here is Dandelion. Now if we go and get Walter, we're going to put Walter in with Dandelion and see what they produce. She's kind of almost cream, but she's got a little belt. You can see her ginger back in there, and Walter's belted, so it would be cool for some more belted piglets. Let's go to this pig right here, and this is Smitten. Can't you tell by that face that you're smitten? So Smitten, we are thinking about putting in with Tuck. And just to see, like we said, most of these pigs, we are just excited to see what they will produce. We've not had piglets with any of these pigs. They're relatively, well, they're the newest pigs on our farm. So we just want to see what they're going to produce when we put them in with some different pigs. So Smitten and Tuck. Then we've got Two Louise. This is one of my favorites. I like that dark ginger on her back with those spots. And Two Louise we're thinking about putting in with Ryder. He's the big ginger brother to Shiloh back there, and she's a decent sized pig as well. So it'll be exciting to see what those two together will produce. Get you a little side profile of her coloring there, which is pretty cool. Let's see, who did I forget? We said Mabel and Shiloh, Two Louise, there's Two Louise, and Ryder, we did Smitten. So Thistle, where's, oh, you're right in my face, Thistle. There's a look at that face. I would say that's a face only a mother could love, but I love it too. So there's Thistle, and we're thinking about putting her in with Tuck as well. So we will have some 2 sows in with some boars, and then just 1 boar and 1 sow in a couple other pens. But there she is, Thistle. She's kind of a tri, almost belted as well. You see that back end. But look at these faces. Love that big old nose, short snout. But we are excited, and these are gonna be the main ones in with our spring litters. I did forget one that we talked about her last video. We're gonna go check her out in a minute. But these 5 right here, these are some of the biggest sows that we have on our farm. Mabel is the biggest for sure. So always excited to see. Let me see who this is. I gotta look at my list again. I'm working on these names. This is Dandelion. She's like, all right, you're not giving us any food. I'm just gonna chill out over here in the sun until you leave me alone or come scratch my belly. Yeah, that's pretty good, huh? So we are really excited about this group. Ever since we got them, they're some of the biggest pigs we've had. And normally we don't really care about size. We care more about conformation. There is a bunch of people that breed just for size, and the thing we like about these pigs is they're not huge. So that's why we don't really care too much about how big they are. But we are gonna see if we breed our 2 biggest pigs, what are we gonna get? So we're excited about this group, and these are gonna be the main 5 that we have, and there's one more. Let's go check out that last pig that we are going to put into our breeding schedule this spring. All right, guys, we are in our other pen with the last. This is actually a gilt, and you guys know about her. This is our black sow, and our loudest sow on the farm, our gilt. You are such a talker. But last video we talked about this pig that was sick and now is doing better, and I'm happy to report she's doing fantastic, eating and drinking and just doing great. But we are going to put her in with Gordo, or Gordon, and I'm a popular guy in this pen. I've been walking back and forth before I turned the video on about 4 or 5 times, and I still can't shake them. So if you're wanting a friendly pig, you probably should get a Kunekune. But anyway, it's not about y'all. Just come to think of it, we have not named this pig yet. So if you guys can think of a name, we've done this before. We do like the human names. So we haven't come up with a name for her yet, but she is going to be the last pig that is going in for spring litters. And always excited. She hasn't had any piglets yet, so we're always excited to see what they are going to produce. So probably wondering, well, you've got all these breedings, where are you going to put them all? So we've got the boar pen all the way in the back. Obviously we'll leave a boar in there and bring the sow to her. We've got the quack shack that's way back by the pond. We're going to use that. We took the second quack shack the other day, dragged it to a new area with the tractor, and that is set up, and we're going to be able to put a breeding pair in there. We've got 3 available pigloos that don't have any pigs in them right now, so that will be another spot. We've also got the pallet shelter, which we can use if needed. And remember, some of these are going to have 2 sows in with 1 boar, so we have enough areas for all the breedings, so we are set in that aspect. So if everything we planned works out and all the pigs take and have piglets this spring, that's going to give us a total of 8 litters. So I'm sure a lot of you are asking, why so many piglets? Well, there's a couple of reasons for why we have so many piglets. The first one is we love this breed. They're easy keepers, they're not hard, they're easy on the land, and we just love them. So another reason is we want to grow our meat herd. We've had so many people asking about meat, and you guys know that's the one downfall of this breed, that they don't grow out that fast. Hey Josie, hey, come say hi to you. We usually wait about 18 months until we take one to a processor, just because they're slow growing. So we want to have a large meat herd where we've got different ages, and we're always going to have something available to go to a processor. And we get the question, why don't you raise a faster growing pig? We've thought about it, but right now we just don't want the hassle of a larger pig that's going to tear up our ground. Yes, we could put it in the woods, but we're not exactly sure about that. And just the fact that we love this breed, we really don't want to switch to another breed. But maybe in the future, who knows? We don't want to get in it just because we want to sell a whole bunch of pork. So we don't want just to do it for a quick turnaround. And actually all the fun is actually enjoying the animals that you have and that you're raising. And we definitely really enjoy the Kunekune pigs. If we have 8 litters, this barn only has 6 stalls. Where are we going to put them? Well, we can still use that pallet shelter. We've got the barn on my mother-in-law's property. So we have plenty of areas that we can get all the mamas in, where we have heat lamps and everything else that they're going to need for their piglets. So we kind of worked it all out before we decided who we were going to put in with who. Hey, you. Hey, you. As you can see, this is one of the main reasons we love this breed. So we have thought about switching to a faster growing breed. Not switching, but growing a few pigs of a different breed. But we just love these guys. They're such easy pigs to maintain. They don't eat a ton. They don't really tear up our pastures. And so we just don't really know a reason of why we'd want to switch to a different pig. So anyway, guys, I hope this video helped. Here comes Mama. Here comes Willow. This pig loves some laces. Hey Willow, just talking with your piglets. I hope this helped you guys. As of now, those are the pairings that we're gonna have for this spring. Everything's always fluid. It may change, it may not, but how could you not enjoy raising these pigs? So anyway, guys, we hope you have a great weekend. Check us out on Instagram or Facebook. Hey, we did reach 1,000 followers on Instagram, so we appreciate you guys following around. We're trying to post more pictures and videos on there for you guys to enjoy. Anyway, have a great rest of your weekend, and don't forget to make the change. What are you doing? What are you doing?